Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sophia Fireplace. Today, our topic is Ubuntu in Education. Welcome back to the circle where wisdom is not locked in books alone, but carried in the breath of the people. Tonight, as the fire lights our faces and shadows dance on the earth, we lean into a word as old as the soil itself. Ubuntu, the wisdom that whispers, I am because we are, and because we are, I am. You are because we are, and we are because you are. Ubuntu is not just a word, it's the way learning breathes in a community. But what does that mean in a classroom where lessons are written on boards and measured by examinations and grades? Let me tell you a story. Let me take you to a small rural classroom where dust rises like smoke when children run, and the blackboard is cracked but still carries knowledge. One morning, the teacher brought a bundle of old books, their pages worn thin from many hands. She placed them on the table, and the children's eyes shone in hunger, not for food, but for learning. But there was one problem. Only one pencil remained, just one. The children stared at it as if it were gold. A boy at the front, quick, eager, snatched it up and began to write his name. He wrote fast, filling his page, proud that he could be the first. But then he lifted his head. Around him sat his classmates, empty hands, silent, watching. Their faces told the truth. What good is one child is learning when the rest are left behind? His heart grew heavy, and slowly, carefully, he placed the pencil back on the desk. Something beautiful happened. One by one, each child picked it up. They did not fight over it, they shared. One child wrote a word, another a sentence, another drew a picture. By the end of the lesson, their exercise book was no longer one boy's, it was theirs. A story of many voices carried by a single pencil. The teacher looked at them and said, "Children, today you have written more than words. You have written Ubuntu. You have shown that learning is not mine, not yours, but ours. Knowledge is never meant to be locked away. It grows when it is shared." And in that classroom, where poverty pressed heavily, hope found a way to breathe. My friends, Ubuntu in Education reminds us that no child learns in isolation, and no teacher carries wisdom alone. Knowledge becomes truly alive, truly culturally responsive when it is co-created, not delivered from above. A school should not feel like a court that hands down automatic dismissals. It should be a circle, a place of healing, of listening, of belonging. Yes, resources may be few, the walls may be worn, the pencils may be shared, but within the circle, wisdom multiplies. Because when we learn with one another, not just from one another, something sacred happens. That is the spirit of Ubuntu. A pencil in one hand writes a sentence. A pencil shared by many writes a future. So, wherever you are, in school, homes, or communities, ask yourself, how can my learning lift another? How can my gift become a gift? That is the fire of Ubuntu. That is the lesson the world must never forget.